All right, welcome to the lesson slides for 7.2, multiplying polynomials. One of my favorite lessons on the whole year. So we're going to start with this warm-up. I want you to go ahead and solve each one of these and identify what the answer would be afterward. You'll put this in your notes and you'll put this on Canvas. Today's learning targets, we're simply going to learn how to multiply binomials and multiply trinomials. So when we talk about multiplying things, it means that we're going to multiply and we're going to distribute things. So one way to think about this is you're going to distribute the first piece to each of the second pieces and the second piece to each of the second pieces as well. What this leaves us with is x times x is x squared, x times 5x is positive 5x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 5 is 10. Once you have these all written out, we're able to combine like terms in the middle, so we can actually rewrite this as a trinomial, x squared plus 7x plus 10. And that's it. That's what happens when we multiply two binomials. You'll notice this became a trinomial in the end. We're going to look at another one. Notice this one now has a negative value and a positive, so that might make some differences of how we work things through. Same idea applies. We're going to multiply the first piece in the first one to both pieces in the second, and the second piece in the first one to both pieces in the second as well. At this point, x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 3 times x is positive 3x. And then 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So again, we got it down to 4 pieces. These two have the same variable, so we can put them together. So we're going to get x squared minus 1x, or just a minus x, and then minus 12. Here again, negative 4 plus 3 would be negative 1. I'm not going to write the negative 1 next to it, but I will just write a minus x here. So again, two binomials multiplied gave us a trinomial. There's also another method called the table method or the area method. I'll show you that one now. I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I don't mind it, so I'll show you this one. So this one means that we're going to take a table and we're going to multiply our two pieces together. So we're going to have 2x minus 3 on one part of our table multiplied by x plus 5 on another part of our table. Then as we work in our table, we are simply going to put together all of our pieces. So x times x, 2x is 2x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 5 times 2x is 10x. And 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. For some of you, you might really like this method. You might say, hey, this really helps me visually see what I'm doing, and that's okay. Now we're going to list all 4 of the inner pieces that we just multiplied. We're going to list them together and then see if we can combine any like terms. So this becomes 2x squared minus 3x plus 10x minus 15. We know that negative 3x and positive 10x can be put together, so our final one here can become x squared plus 7x minus 15. You get the same values here as you would if you're distributing, like 2x times x is 2x squared, negative 3 times x is negative 3x, 2x times 5 is positive 10x, and negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. So you get the same things there as we did with the distribution. So for some people, having this table really helps them though. So if you like the table, go ahead and use it. We're going to continue on. The book talks about a FOIL method, but I just want you guys to distribute because that's going to be more efficient for all the problems we see. As you work through this problem, you get x times x is, again, x squared negative 3x, negative 6x, and positive 18. This simplifies down to x squared minus 9x plus 18. For our next one, again, as we're distributing through this one, we're going to get 6x squared minus 10x plus 3x minus 5. Put the x's together, so this becomes 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. None of this is overly hard. Again, we're just multiplying, making sure we multiply everything in the first binomial to everything in the second. If you forget something, you'll notice you won't get 4 things. That simplified down to 3. So that's a lot of multiplying binomials. That was, 5 practice problems. Now we're going to look into a binomial times a trinomial. And this binomial times trinomial, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to distribute the first piece. Now instead of it to just 2 pieces, because it's a trinomial, it's going to go to all 3 pieces. And then after that, we'll do the 5 times all 3 pieces. So this will create a slightly bigger one. So as we're working through this, x times x squared is x to the third. X times negative 3x is negative 3x to the second. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Now we're going to start multiplying with the 5s. So 5 times x squared, we get positive 5x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. Followed up by 5 times negative 2 is going to be negative 10. So again, looking at this one, we are able to identify and say, hey, we've got a couple like terms within this. This one we'll notice we have some x squareds, and then we also have some x's. So when we put things together this time, we gotta make sure we're putting them together correctly. So we're gonna be left with x to the third, negative 3 and 5 make positive 2. Negative 2 and negative 15 make negative 17x. And then we have the negative 10 left over at the end. So noticing here, a binomial times a trinomial gave us a polynomial with 4 parts. So just something to make note of. But again, the idea is still the same. You're going to distribute. Once you're done distributing, then you just combine like terms to get your final answer. That's it for our homework, or that's it for our lesson today. Pretty straightforward, but definitely get a lot of reps. You want to make sure you know how to do this. Like always, let me know if you need any help.